Hi, good morning. It's Roxanne from Odyssey of Ascension, and it's Friday's channeling. Welcome. I was going to say welcome to the show, but we're already at the show, I guess. And good morning to the collective. Once again, this is Ocyphius from the Oversoul Collective Fire. Bringing forth a new idea for you to grab onto, grasp onto, contemplate, be in awareness of, allow, and expand your conscience container further upon that of all that is, within all that is, outside of all that is. Synchronistically, in co-creation, there's an energy field available for everyone to tune into, and those one energy fields are truly infinite number of energy fields, thought blocks, downloads, telepathic, whatever you choose to call it. And in synchronistic moments of, let's say, casual conversation, you get an idea and then automatically it takes you on a new idea, reality of thought. You're downloading stuff instantaneously. Your frequency, availability, awareness of different ideas are, again, present all the time. When something comes into your reality through a message of sorts in the, let's say, representation of a visual idea, maybe it's, let's say, sparked the memory of a dream you had last night, and then it unfolds and we talk about the allowance. Well, this has occurred in this just now, and there's, let's say, started last night with Roxy's channeling, and there was a synchronistic moment as well today to open up this line of what we call telepathic download, expansion of all of the collective through this modality, those who choose. So we don't want you to discount anything that comes in, once again, to your reality. We're setting the foundation, fortifying it, if you will. The idea of just a simple word, a simple conversation that may seem casual. And if it's offered in resistance to you, let it go. You don't need to wonder why. In all fashions at all time, you are now just saying yes and flowing and having, let's say, better times all the time. You know, an expanded period of fun instead of little tiny bits of fun among the, let's say, chaos. So in that idea, be aware of the new, let's say, ideas that you get again, and allow yourself to just play there, observe and allow, be in true, the new sense of awareness. All right, now let's talk about the mastery idea. The master ascenders. You deem yourself as several of, let's say, definable masters who have ascended. Truly, emotional. The amount of master ascenders, the ones that ascended masters, whatever you want to choose to call them, the number of them among you is very grand, including you. If you think that Earth, humanity, is the only civilization you have ascended, you are selling yourself short. It's not just, listen now, it's not just the idea of being an ascended master. It's the mastery of your work that you offer through that total understanding to others in all densities, all that is. You're just not doing one purpose here. You're masters at many, several different ideas all over. The idea is the one that's calling you, is the one that you go to. And if it sparks an idea, please follow it. For that will reveal your mastery to yourself. Effortless, knowing it all now, never having to rely on the idea of learning. Truly remember it. So the ascended among you are, let's say, there's no solid number we can give for the variations of the earths and such that are shifting for different purposes. However, it's a very high percentage. So don't sell yourself short that you are an ascended master. Within the context of the earth plane and civilizations of third densities and mastery of an overall encompassing idea. The level between a master ascender, ascended master, or a mastery of, and we'll take this idea that Kanye has provided, that like a master of grid work, master of universes, master of different modalities within all that is. Truly, you only have a fraction of, let's say, what you are masters of from the allowance that you've given yourself of ideas of probable realities. So your mastery is infinite. Don't look at the different levels. You all serve a purpose from the outskirts in taking the most beneficial timeline of the human collective to understand itself in fullness. And in that, the most beneficial experience is the byproduct of each entity who chooses to, let's say, come upon the earth. Your ascended masters will be, let's say, more and more noticeable. The ones that you will be bringing forth in yourself, that you are that to the collective with a modality that is equatable to the others to see and understand that, yes, but you don't need to be an ascended master within the context of history, because your history is a blink of an eye and it's only a shred of how many histories there are upon this earth. But you were all of those different times. All of those different densities of third density within the degree of third density. There's a variation of the third density itself. It's just not fully like this. There's many aspects to third density. We'll put it this way, densities inside a density. All right. So understand that you are a master. This is not the ego master that many of you have deemed or donned that idea from past nows. Because you know that, because it is you. As soon as you can accept who you are as that, not having guilting or do I deserve that? Am I really that? Questioning your own thought. You can feel the discernment, the vibrational difference of you out of ego saying, yes, I'm a master, awesome. Or, yeah, I am. It's divine. It's what you are. You don't want to deny in that fashion, what you are. If you are telling yourself you are a master, that in and of itself gives you the permission to yourself to act upon all the encompassing ideas that are, let's say, encoded in that one thought block. Bringing your skills to the table of humanity so they can choose to understand that portion of dinner. Take a bite of your dessert, your meal, your appetizer, your red wine. It does not matter. Each and every one of you have a different aspect of your mastery self to bring forth. Otherwise, let's say you wouldn't be here. This is a master planet. It's a master class. Truly. The ones that are coming in are masters in some form or another on different densities and different realms, coming in to offer you that vibration of remembrance. Your indigos, rainbows, and such. Your case, Connie? Autism. They're not focused on all the bullshit that's going here, so they just be up here. And then it comes down and bursts into a reality, and you cock your head sideways and look like a lost puppy dog and go, holy shit. They're brilliant. Well,
Yeah.
of course they're brilliant, because they're not focused on all the belief systems of limitation. They're representing what you can be. But that's the modality they choose to come in to give themselves an experience, of course, and the byproduct of that is you looking in the mirror in a different perspective. Not saying, oh, they need to be this in order to be this. Because if they're not that, then I am, let's say, limiting myself, aren't I? I must be. Because anytime you say they're not, that doesn't, limit yourself. So you ascended masters, we will focus upon that in this now. You have deemed 5, 6, 10, I don't know how many, there's so many different timelines. But you've deemed ascended masters. Buddha, Christ, that kind of idea. But many of you have knowledgeable access to historical timeline references in such books, in ideas, history books, Egypt, Inca, Mayan, much of your Pacific Rim idea. Talk about people vibrating into light and disappearing. That reference is out there in many different ways. Those are ascended masters. Those are ones that says, oh, I know what I am, I'm going down. And then what they do is you're seeing a solid body because it's vibrating at a certain frequency. You can't see the holes because your eyes and your brain cannot actually function that quickly to see this is actually translucent. So it looks solid, and between the neurosynapses idea jumping over, you give yourself the memory of covering up the holes because you can't translate it, so therefore it looks solid. But the Ascended Master knows it's vibrating light and knows all that is, and it increases itself into light and poof, gone. If this sounds cool to you, remembering maybe you were one, that's your choice. That's your choice to figure out in your now to allow that to be that. Now, the point once again is every single idea has a context of understanding within it. It is encoded, much like Palia from the Essassani discussed the idea of light, the light encoded reality matrix, and everything has an encoded idea of it. It doesn't have to be in physical form in order for it to have a vibration equation within it that spawns a new idea. The idea is the, let's say, encoded idea, the thought. So now we've brought forth this idea of master ascenders among you right now. Just because you haven't ascended this one doesn't mean you're not an earthbound in that idea, master ascender, or other civilizations and other civilizations within the idea of physicality, limitation, ascension. All of you have ascended your species in spiritual realm, and you all get together and say, fifth density, here we come. Poof, and you go. That kind of idea. But the idea of the mastery in physicality with limitation in and of itself is a beautiful, let's say, individual experience of creation. So with limitations, you become the master upon ascension. That's what the collective has deemed it. It is an idea that is encoded with an infinite number of expandable realities for you to remember what you are, what you did, how you did it, when you did it. All that comes in. So don't be in awe of yourself. There's only one. When you are in the presence of God from the forgetful state to remembrance, that's when you can be in awe of your Creator. But nobody else. No Christ conscience, no brethren, and not yourself. And you don't have to be in awe of God when you meet your Maker in that idea. Truly not. Because God is unconditional. No matter how you view him, her, it only views you, she, he only views you the same way. Always unconditional love. Doesn't see anything. No matter how you force it, will never change. Because that's all it is. That's what your Father is. Unconditional love. So that idea, once again, a mastery idea, mastery plan, masters of ascenders, masters of limitations in one time. If you know what you are in your heart of hearts with the discernment factor just saying absolutely, trust the thought of what you are and expand that reality of your mastery work. You've accomplished an idea of expansion. But there's no kudos and there's no boasting and there's no, let's say, degrees. That's ideas of yourself. You gave yourself to go beyond that, but without that you did not step up the ascension ladder. So it all worked, but all truths are truth now, and in that, understand the idea of you all being ascended masters somewhere. Many of you here many times. Many times. Popping in for experience. And they're all now, by the way. So if they're now, go see yourself in that now to understand this now. Much like your future now is coming back now, here. Otherwise you wouldn't be here without your future self. Trust that. All right. That is our message for this now. We shall take a break. I bid you a good moment. Adone. Hooah. Hi guys. Do you like that? That was cool. Oh my goodness. I'm still tired from last night. My goodness. All right. We're going to take a break. Love you guys.